we're doing our equation assessment study guide. I can solve equations using all 4 operations. I can write equations based on story problems, and I can solve multi-step equations and explain the meaning of the variable. All right, so Eddie made a video. It included a 4-minute introduction and was followed by short segments. Each segment was 9 minutes long. Eddie's video was 76 minutes long. How many segments were in Eddie's video? So I know my equation is going to be, so it starts with an introduction, so that's 4 minutes, plus 9-minute segments. And then the total length of the video is 76 minutes. So I have to zero out, so I'm going to subtract by 4 on each side. So I'm left with 72 equals 9s. I want to figure out what it is for one segment, so I'm going to divide by 9. And then I figure out each segment is 8 minutes long. All right, Pete earns $9.50 per hour plus tips. On Tuesday, he received $20 in tips. How many hours did Pete work if he earned a total of $58? So he earns $9.50 each hour plus his tips, which were $20, for a total of $58. So we're going to zero out first. I'm left with $38. So now I'm going to divide by 950 because I want to figure out how much I earned for, or how much Pete earned for 1 hour. So in my calculator, I'm doing 38 divided by $9.50, and I get 4 hours. So he worked for 4 hours and earned $38 and $20 in tips. It's pretty good. I want to work for 4 hours and earn that much. All right, the next one says the perimeter of the triangle below is 36 units. What is the value of x? Well, I know that I have 5 x's plus 1, and the perimeter is 36. So I'm going to subtract 1 on each side to zero out. So that leaves me with 5x equals 35. And divide by 5. So I get 7 units because I want to figure out what each x is. So even though we haven't done any like this so far, I might add some now that I've seen this problem in the study guide. As of right now, we haven't done any like this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change how you do it. Treat it just like a tape diagram. Put all your x's together, put all your numbers together, and go. Jane is twice as old as Barbara. So Jane is twice as old as Barbara. And then Michael is 8 years older than Jane. So if Jane is 2b plus 8 is Michael. If Michael is 18, write an equation that could be used to find Barbara's age. So that would be 2b plus 8 equals 18. So I zero out first, then I want to figure out how old Barbara is. So Barbara is 5 years old. So it helps me to write out who I'm talking about and then to do the expression for that person and then use that expression and tack on the next part to do it in steps. The next one says, what is the value of n when 14 plus 4n equals 54? So I'm going to zero out first. And I'm going to find for 1n. All right, the next one says, what's the value of x? So I'm going to zero out first. So the goal is to figure out what just 1x is. And the last one. Alrighty, so I got 2 here. So can I create some 0 pairs? So that leaves me with 4x because this is 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 positives. So I have a positive 4x plus 1 equals 89. So I'm going to zero out first, and I'm left with 4x equals 88. Then I'm going to find for 1. All right, the equation y equals 5x plus 30 represents the cost for x students to go on a field trip to the zoo. The total cost of the field trip is $375. How many students can attend the field trip? So I have 375 equals 5x plus 30. So I have to zero out first. So that $30 is probably like some one-time fee. So I'm left with $5 per student, it looks like, and then $345. So I'm going to split it up so I can figure out how many, what x is. So what is 1x? So 345 divided by x, or not divided by x, divided by 5, gives me 69. So 69 students can go. All right, the next one says John spent $50 at a carnival on food and tickets. He purchased $13.50 in food and bought 25 tickets. How much did each ticket cost? Write an equation and solve it. So I know $13.50 is my constant, plus the $25, or the 25 tickets, and he spent a total of $50. So I'm going to zero out first. I'm left with 25 tickets, and then $36.50. So I got to figure out what just one ticket is. Right now I have 25 tickets. So in my handy dandy calculator, I'm going to do $36.50 divided by 25. And I get $1.46, which is a really odd amount. But that works. All right. So now they're saying Sean has $7 more than twice as much money as Peter. So Sean has 6 more than twice as much money as Peter, than 2 times Peter's amount. If Sean has $12, how much does Peter have? Okay, so Sean has 6 more than twice as much. Okay, so I subtract. So I'm zeroing out first. I'm going to divide by 2. So Peter has $3 because I want to figure out just one of that variable. Tom's landscaping service charges $35 per hour of work, plus a one-time service charge. Tom charged the one customer $105 for a job that required 3 hours of work. If Y represents the total customer's bill, which equation could Tom use to bill his customer? Okay, so I know that he gets $35 an hour plus $105 as a one-time service charge. And I know that's going to be his total cost. Now, if I wanted to solve it, I could do 35 times 3 plus 105. So in this case, this customer's cost would have been 35 times 3 plus 105, $210. All right, this hanger is in balance. There are 2 labeled weights of 3 grams and 15 grams. 4 circles each have the same weight, so the drawing is here. So I'm going to zero out. So that tells me that 0 pairs, and this becomes 15 minus 3, or 15 plus a negative 3 would be a positive 12. and I'm splitting that into 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So that means each weight is worth 3. So x equals 3. Write an equation that represents the diagram and solve it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 w's plus 4 equals 99. So I'm going to subtract 4 on each side. So I want to find for just 1 w, so I'm going to divide by 5 on each side. 95 divided by 5 gives me 19, so w equals 19. There's no cool down today. If you need help, you can get a video. There's no Mr. Morgan today, but there's extra practice on Khan Academy. You can email a study buddy, or you can set up an appointment with me on Calendly. I tutor on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Have a great rest of your day.